Hello and welcome back to another custom Hearthstone review for the Mysteries of Pandaria set. Today we're going to be discussing the cards coming to Demon Hunter, but before we do that, I want to make sure you are familiar with the keyword for this set, that keyword being Channel. Channel is an end-of-turn effect that does something if you have unspent mana available. If you have multiple minions looking to channel at the end of your turn, they will all share the same mana crystal and trigger their effects. And in this set, the Demon Hunters will be learning the ways of the Windwalker, as well as the way of the Vermin. Alright, and up first we have Chi-Ji, Embodiment of Hope. Chi-Ji is a 4-mana, 4/5 beast, legendary minion with Rush and Channel 1. Restore 4 health to each friendly character. So, assuming that Chi-Ji can get in a favorable trade and you've got 1 mana left over, he's going to heal himself back up to full, as well as your hero and any other minions that happen to be damaged. Kind of an attrition style build where you trade into minions favorably and heal back up. And with that, it brings us Chi-Ji's Chosen. Chi-Ji's Chosen is a 4-mana 4/5 rare minion with Rush and Channel 1. Give all other friendly minions +1/+1. So provided that this minion or Chi-Ji sticks around on turn 5 with both on the board, not only are they both getting +1/+1, but they're also getting healed back up to full. I feel like that's a pretty solid combination to bring together. And while the Chosen may already be familiar with it, the Acolytes are still learning. And that brings us to Chi-Ji's Acolyte. Chi-Ji's Acolyte is a 3-mana 2/5 minion with Channel 1. Set the cost of a random card in your opponent's hand to 10 for 1 turn. This is a pretty interesting little disruption tool. This comes out on turn 3, Chi-Ji on 4, the Chosen on 5, and all of a sudden you've got a pretty solid curve. And with that 5 health stat line, it's going to make it a pretty tough target to remove. And we keep on rolling into Chi-Ji's Elite. Chi-Ji's Elite is a 6-mana 7/6 minion with Channel 1. Summon an ally of Chi-Ji. And what that means is that any of the Chi-Ji's cards we've just seen, Chi-Ji himself, the Acolyte or the Chosen, or even the Elite, can all be summoned with this effect. So at the end of the turn, you're going to be getting a minimum of +2, +5 in stats, maybe more. And that's just going to keep adding up as long as you can keep your board alive. And every turn you do that channel effect, you're going to be getting the +1/+1, the hand disruption, the healing to your minions, summoning more minions. What more could you want from a package in Demon Hunter? And that wraps up the entire package for Chi-Ji. Up next we have the Warren Mother and her Vermin. And the Warren Mother is a 5-mana 4/5 legendary beast with Battle Cry. Summon 2 2/3 vermin with Rush. And those 2 2/3 vermin with Rush are also beasts, but they have an additional effect as well, that they summon a copy of themselves at the end of each turn. So kind of like a discount Hydralodon. But the Warren Mother does provide you with some interesting choices. You get this down early enough to trade favorably, all of a sudden you got a bunch of little 2/1 rabbits or vermin floating around for your next turn that your opponent has to deal with. And if they can't answer them, guess what? You got more coming the turn after. But the Warren Mother isn't the only beast you'll be dealing with. We've also got the Reckless Rodent, a 2-mana 2/4 beast with Rush and Lifesteal, as well as Battle Cry. Deal 1 damage to this minion. So when he comes out, he trips a little bit, but he's coming out there to help you. That Lifesteal gives you an extra little point of healing if you're going against an aggro counter match. And while most of these vermin are out here rushing around, you do have a couple of other ones being sneaky, like Invader Vermin. Invader Vermin is a 4-mana 3/5 beast with Battle Cry. Take control of an enemy location. And in a set where every set class has a location, that's not a bad idea, especially if all of them go infinite. And take note, that's not destroy an enemy location, that's take control of it. So maybe your opponent has been spending the last 5-10 turns growing up their own vegetable, and you're like, oh, I think I want that one. It looks awfully tasty. So you harvest it up, bring it back to the warren, and guess what that leads to? That leads to a doubling season. Doubling Season is a 5 mana spell that reads, summon copies of all friendly beasts and give them Rush. Now, a lot of the beasts we introduced today already had Rush, but several of the beasts available in the neutral set as well as in Demon Hunter do not. So now they do. And while it looks kind of bleak for beasts in Demon Hunter, they do have some support coming in the neutral set. But that wraps it up for the Beast package coming to Demon Hunter and the Mysteries of Pandaria. Up next, we have a pretty interesting weapon. The Golden Glider is a 3 mana 4/2 weapon with whenever you attack, choose a card in your hand to shuffle into your deck. This kind of keeps alive the whole Castle Nathria shuffle mechanics that they introduced. Maybe something that will be sticking around in Demon Hunter going forward. But nevertheless, it does look like a considerable option for a aggressive aggro style deck. This could run alongside air guitarist or instrument tech to pull it out real early. And up next, we have our Juicy Crunch Carrot. It is a 1 mana, 1 durability location that reads, give your hero +1 attack this turn, upgrades each turn. So, similar to Death Knight, giving you +1 health, this one gives you +1 attack. Very in flavor for a bunch of rabbits to be hoarding carrots. My question is if you're going second and you play 2 of these on your first turn, wait 15 turns and then hit the button for both of them, is that a OTK? A turn 1 OTK? Because if you were asking me, I would say that's a FTK. As in a 15 turn kill. But that just about wraps it up for us today. Interesting cards being introduced into the Demon Hunter class. A lot of rush, a couple of different ways of filling or controlling the board. I could see them working together in some capacity. The Vermin taking early game, Chi-Chi's taking mid and late game to control and finish it out. This looks like a pretty solid package all in all for Demon Hunter. But hey, thanks for sticking around. I've had a lot of fun making this. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we review Druid. I am Ampersand, and I did a thing.